is week 5. Well, it's still technically week 4 because it's Saturday, but you will have seen last night I did my roll for the first prompt for Whateverathon. So it was hardback, which you would have seen, and you know, my current book is a hardback. So I read an essay in this while listening to or watching Stephanie's Sprints last night. And yeah, so I'm gonna carry on with this today. I doubt I'll get much reading done today, but we'll just see how this day pans out.
No, this one right here, the black one. Yep. Oh, you got it!
Oh,
You show me what you got?
a blackberry.
Yeah. Oh, Mommy sees one that's kind of more at your level. There's one right there. Can you see if you can get that one? The black one? You got it! No, the rest of them are still red. We gotta let those ripen.
I'm trying to clean up Play-Doh and I just picked this up. It's just stuffed full. I don't know how I'm gonna get that out. Well, I finished that Animorphs book finally. I just sped it up to 2 times speed, which I should have done the whole time because it didn't sound that different. So that one is done. It doesn't count for anything bingo wise. So that's fine. It's not a big deal. So that one I will count for the prompts when I submit it, but it doesn't do anything for the bingo board, so I'm not even gonna pop the bingo board up here. I am halfway through this. I am starting, I have to blanch a bunch of peaches. So I'm gonna read this while I kind of keep an eye on those, because I am making a peach crisp with all of those peaches from the last time, because we are about to get a whole nother box of peaches in like 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, let's deal with these peaches. Well, it is 9:20 and I'm exhausted. Did a little bit of reading today. I'm gonna finish this essay hopefully before I get too tired. I watched some Korra, Legend of Korra. It was very good. And I went to the library today. I ran by the library while little one was napping and Justin was home with him. So picked up the 2nd volume of that graphic novel that I read on ebook, and I'm very excited because the first one was really cute. And then I can't wait to read this. I'm very excited. So fingers crossed that whatever my next roll for Whateverathon is, one of those 2 books works for it, because that's what I really want to read. And the only book from my June Snail Trail TBR that I haven't completed is Tarnished Are the Stars. So I could listen to the audiobook of that, but I think I'm gonna listen to the audiobook of Howl's Moving Castle, because I've been wanting to read that. It's also a middle grade portal fantasy, so it would, you know, on the next 4. Oh my gosh, I can't stop yawning. But we'll see. I think I am going to be going down to the pottery studio at least briefly tomorrow because I need to trim the pieces that I threw last week. So I think that's going to happen. But we'll see. Who knows, honestly. Today was a lot of fun. Little man was just, he's always a joy, but he woke up in kind of a little bit of a funk. And then when he woke up from his nap, he was in a bit of a funk, but and then he just was like content to do nothing but play with socks for like an hour. Like he was entertained by these socks. And then he went in the bathroom in here because I was clipping my nails. And he came in the bathroom and then he was like, get in the shower. And I was like, what? He's like, get in the shower like daddy. And he like went into the shower and was just like standing there trying to turn the knob. And I was like, do you want me to turn the shower on? And he was like, mm-hmm. I was like, well, do you want to shower in your clothes? And he's like, no. So we got him out of his clothes and his diaper, and then I turned the rain shower head on for him, and he played in the shower for like 10 minutes. He was so thrilled. He thought it was the best thing in the world, and I had to set a timer to get him out because he did not want to come out. So kids, man, they're hilarious and adorable, and a lot of work. Anyways, that's what I got. I'm gonna, like I said, read some of my book and then probably go to sleep in about, I don't know, an hour. Because I'm already tired, as evidenced by all the yawning. Hello. So I'm here at the pottery studio to trim some things. I didn't really want to leave the house, but they gotta be trimmed today or they will not be able to be trimmed. So here we are. I didn't bring my tripod, so I don't know if I'll be able to get footage of trimming things, but we'll see. I will put it here if I do. I am back. I started listening to Howl's Moving Castle and it's delightful. I'm really enjoying it, so that was a good choice on my part. I have 3 essays left in this, so what I'm going to do once little man gets up and goes downstairs is I'm gonna do, like, you know, sprint things where I read an essay, do some productive thing that needs to get done, read an essay, do a productive thing, read an essay until I finish this, and then I will roll again because I'm pretty sure that the readathon ends like at 7, so I will have probably only read this book, but I'm gonna keep going until I finish the board because that's just who I am. So if it stretches the rest of this vlog, then it stretches the rest of this vlog. But yeah, when I check this off, then I will update the bingo board and we'll go from there. Somebody brought mangoes, like Harry and David mangoes, to the studio today, so I took a mango home. So I had a mango and some cheese and sugar snap peas as like a lunch snack, and then I'm gonna have Wendy's later. Oh, I'm pretty sure I put my overalls on crooked. I did. There we go. But now I am boiling some water to make some boba, to have some boba tea, because we have a little bit more of the Earl Grey cream tea left in the fridge, and I want to use that up because it was really delicious the way that we had it last time. Although I don't have the French vanilla syrup anymore, I need to go on Torani or Torino, I don't know. I need to go on there and buy some more syrups for beverages. But yeah, that's what we're doing now. Also, every time I say that Earl Grey, like the last 3 times I've tried to say that, I say Earl Gay, and we were laughing because that particular Earl Grey, the Earl Grey cream from Tea Chai Tea, smells very, very fruity. Justin said it smelled purple, and I laughed because I was like, I guess if there would be an Earl Grey, it would be this one. It's delightful. If you like Earl Grey at all, or even if you don't, I like that one. It makes really good London fog lattes. So yes, I am gonna wait for this water to boil, read some of this essay. Little one's still asleep, but when he gets up, I will be getting him and taking him downstairs. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is absolutely chucking it down with the rain. So it suddenly got really cold in here. But, so I changed into cozy clothes from my overalls. Yeah, so that's fun. I mean, I don't have to water my plants tomorrow, but it is, I mean, a torrential downpour. Anyways, I have one essay left to go. I'm watching the sprints for the Star Hopathon, and the last essay is 20 pages. So I have 20 pages to go, so I will absolutely finish this within the hour. So that's very exciting. And then once I do that, I can roll again, and we'll see what we get from that. Hopefully it'll be a big number, because it'd be great if I could find a way to finish this by the end of the night. I know that technically the readathon ends, I think, at like 7. But you know, we're doing this mid-month book bash style where we just cheat. So you will have seen, but yeah, I finished the bingo board because I finished this one. This is wonderful. It's a collection of essays by a Myanmar writer, and she is really exploring herself and like her culture and language and family, and how the culture in Myanmar, especially the culture and how it views women, differs from places like the United Kingdom or the United States and things like that. And it was just so fascinating. Like, she explores so many interesting things. The essay that she wrote about baking, and how she talks about how she loves baking, but that it was not something that was part of her culture. And she talks about how, like, so many of these people who are, you know, bloggers and YouTubers that talk about how much they love baking say, like, they learned at their mother's apron strings or their grandmother's apron strings, and they've been baking since they were 3 years old. And she kind of explores the fact that baking is not a thing really in Myanmar the way it is in so many other countries. And then she really delved into why, and one of the reasons was that refrigeration of things like dairy products and eggs is something that is difficult in Myanmar because of the rolling electricity blackouts that are ubiquitous in the country. So that was super interesting, just like hearing that kind of perspective and relating it back to these, you know, things that she has learned in her life. And this was spectacular, and I cannot wait to read more by this author. So yes, as far as the bingo board goes, this one checks off last letter, first letter, because I started it right after Beyond the Gender Binary, so Y and Y. And then it also checks off on a previous TBR, because this was on a previous TBR of mine. And then I participated in the 24-hour Star Hopathon, even if I didn't finish it. I still have an hour, I think, and I'm going to do my second roll here in a minute. And I also sort of like cozy reading night, snuggled down over here for a few hours to read this. So yeah, it was very cozy because it was raining cats and dogs out there. It was raining sideways at one point. Anyways, so finished off the bingo board with those 4 prompts checked off. That was 6 bingos, and now I have got to reshuffle the board for the last, what, 4 days of the readathon, just because I'm like that, and that sounds fun to me. I'm gonna do my own reshuffle. So there is that. So now I am going to do my next roll for Star Hopathon. I don't know if I showed you, but I have all the prompts in like my pottery jars. This is one of my favorites. That was like a glazing mistake. But this is the one that has the star prompts in it. This one has the moon prompts in it. And then this one has the sun prompts in it. So they kind of go from easiest, which the prompts in here apply to a book I already know I want to read this month, and then these get a little harder, and then these are kind of the more difficult. So we have those. I'll put those over here, and then I'm gonna roll. Here we go. Let's see what we get. A 5. Excellent. So a star prompt, which is great because that should coincide with the book I already want to read. So, oh my goodness, could not be more perfect. So if it is focusing, library book. So give me a second to grab the books and we will talk. Okay, so I have 2, which for the sake of this video and this game, I'm gonna go with the graphic novel, which is Light Fell, Shadow of the Bird. And this, I read the other one the other day on my iPad, and then I just picked this one up from the library yesterday. But it is a graphic novel. It's absolutely adorable, and this is great for restarting the board because this will tick off Portal Fantasy and middle grade, which means I don't have to read another Animorphs. I'm over the Animorphs for the month. I'm probably gonna take the month of July off from reading Animorphs because I need a break. But yes, so I'm gonna dive into this and also reshuffle the board. So that is that. I will talk to you guys in a little while. Well, I have spent the evening editing my vlog. I'll say that editing it was basically like seeing the slow progression of my chin acne developing, which was unpleasant. But I finally got that exporting. They're all of these vlogs are super long, so any of you that are still watching these, I appreciate you and your patience. And you know, I'm glad that you enjoy them. Maybe one of these days I'll do a vlog that's less than 45 minutes long. I have, as you can see, started reading the 2nd volume of Light Fell, and I'm really enjoying it. It's super cute, and I had talked about, I think in the previous vlog, about how when she gets anxious, there's like a visual representation of it, and like here's a good example. So as she's thinking about it, she gets darker and darker and darker, and it's like her spiraling into anxiety. And then like in this one, her cat, she's talking to the cat, and the cat's like purring, like that whole animals help you, help your mental health. It just, yeah, it's a great, I think this is especially great because it is targeted towards like a middle grade audience, who I feel like really need that kind of representation. So yeah, that's really awesome and I love it. The other thing I did is I finished reshuffling the board. I will show that to you tomorrow morning. when I have light and all of that, because it's 9:30. But I'm excited. So it's a third reshuffle that I did myself. I don't actually know if I made it hard or easy, because I was really just trying to focus on don't get two pink prompts in the same line, vertically or horizontally, and don't get two gray prompts in the same line, vertically or horizontally. So other than that, I don't know if I made it hard or easy. So it's truly random. But we will talk about that board in the morning. I'll pop it up and show you in the morning. And I'm gonna read a little bit more of this, maybe to the halfway point, probably for another 30 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I'm exhausted. I tried to go to sleep on time last night, but I turned off the lights, I laid down, and then I went into an anxiety spiral. So, mostly if I can get through today and this afternoon when we take Grayson to get his first dose of the vaccine, then I think I will feel better and less anxious. Also, it's like right before my period, which is like peak anxiety for me anyway, so like everything hit the worst possible time of my cycle, so that's fun for me. But on the plus side of me not going to bed at a reasonable hour because of anxiety, I read this whole book last night. Maybe that's why I've read like 18 books this month, is just sheer anxiety avoidance. Well, anyways, this was absolutely delightful, and I will be getting a copy of these for my own collection at some point, because delightful, absolutely delightful. And I can't wait until the series continues. I think the third one hasn't even been announced, but there's definitely going to be a third one by the way this one ended. And yeah, I am quite excited, or I was quite excited to read this, and it delivered. It was very, very cute. Basically, we're finding out more about the lore of this world. There is an actual portal where they end up in like a spirit world, or like an area of the planet, like a portal to an area of the planet where there is a spirit living. It was that's just so cute. Anyways. As far as bingo goes, this one checks off middle grade. It also checks off Portal Fantasy and definitely Adventure Quest, because the whole thing is about basically a quest that this little girl and this Galarian, I think is what he's called, go on. And there's also, oh my gosh, there's this little, let's see if I can find a picture of him. There's this little creature that yeah, this guy right here, and he just talks really matter-of-factly, and I love him. So yeah, this is a joy. Other than those three prompts, obviously the free space is already checked off. But then I will be checking off 24-hour readathon, because I was reading this as part of the 48-hour Star Hopathon, and then reading sprints, because I did participate in reading sprints. So that's really exciting. Getting a good start to my third board, which I think I told you I decided to reshuffle, and that I would show you this morning. So let me go grab, well, you'll have seen it. What am I saying? You'll have seen it. This was the reshuffle of the board, and I had fun reshuffling it. So let's go. That's it. Time to do work. Ah, I need more sleep. I did roll again for the 48-hour readathon that's already ended, but look here. We're just gonna keep trucking. And I got a moon prompt, and the moon prompt I got was even number of pages. And Darius the Great Deserves Better is an even number of pages. It has 342 pages, so I am gonna start this today, and I am quite excited about it because I feel like this is what I need right now. So this is what I will be reading. It's been really great because I read just like an unnecessary amount of books this month. Like I said, I think probably because of the anxiety avoidance, because reading is a distraction. And by doing that, I've reduced my physical TBR down to like the goal point for this month for reducing it by the end of the year to 50 books. So I don't feel, and like so I normally feel a little bit of like stress about reading books I don't own over the ones that I do own, because I want to get to the ones that I have paid money for before I lose interest in them. But that's silly, and it shouldn't matter. I shouldn't have any kind of anxiety about which books I read, because honestly, at the end of the day, if I no longer want to read them and I unhaul them, I still supported the author, and somebody else will get to read that book because I take them all to the used bookstore. But because I am at that goal, I don't feel really any stress, honestly, about reading a number of library books. So I read, the graphic novel, and then I'm going to read this one, and it feels good. I am going to be tackling the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois next month, so in July. I know on my which one should I read, a lot of you said that one, and I know a lot of people are wanting to read that one. So I am going to be setting myself like goals for the week, just to get through that one in the month of July, because I'm really excited about that book. So I definitely want to read it before I, lose the excitement, because it is such a big book, but it is quite the commitment. And I feel like this is the right time. I have been considering reading it in July for like a couple of months, but I feel like with the amount of books I read in June, even if the only book I read in July is that one, I'm still going to feel really great about that. So that is the plan. But yeah, I'm going to get through today, and then I should have time on Wednesday to film my TBR for July so that I can get that up on Friday. But yeah, that is what's going on so far. I'm going to go get myself a little snack and finish what I was doing before I got pulled into a couple of meetings. So yeah, wish me luck with the rest of this day. All right, well, we are home. I'm not going to go into all the details, but essentially Justin drove like 2.5+ hours round trip to get the first dose of Moderna for the little one. The local rollout has been an absolute dumpster fire, so we did what we had to do to get the one that we wanted him to have, and hopefully we won't have to do it again in 4 weeks, but if we do, we do. So yes, but I'm exhausted after what felt like, several days of very high anxiety about how he was going to do and all of that, which he did great, by the way. My body is just like on an anxiety come down, so I am just going to lay in bed, probably watch some YouTube videos, maybe edit, maybe read. I'm not really sure. Not really worried about doing anything. But I think I will sleep much better tonight than I did last night, and even better tomorrow night than I did than I will tonight or did last night. So there we go. Good morning. Whew, it has been a morning. Everything so far has gone well with Grayson and his shot. He woke up just like every morning, happy, go lucky, wanting to play with socks. I went to the, mommy on the other hand, I went to the grocery store and I got to my car and realized that I got the wrong milk. So then I had to go back in and see if they'd let me exchange it, which they did. They were very kind about it. So yeah, and it's 8:40 and I have barely even touched my emails because it's just been that kind of a morning. So I am just giving you a quick hello, and then I'm gonna jump into what I need to get done for the day, or figuring out what needs to get done today. But I may have a little bit of time this afternoon to film something, so I'm hoping to use that time to do my TBR for July. So yes, that is it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your day, and I'll talk to you when I have another free moment. Here I am in this terrible lighting again. Yeah, tonight was, just today in general was kind of a lot, and tonight, little man, so he's in a real Play-Doh phase, and he loves his Play-Doh. Well, a bunch of the ones that he had out on Sunday got left out and dried out, and one of them is like a gray Play-Doh that had black and silver specks in it, like glitter in it. And he opened it the same day that we had biscuits and gravy for breakfast, and so he kept calling it the gravy Play-Doh. So we deemed it gravy Play-Doh, and then it got mixed with a little bit of what I call fancy Play-Doh, which is just when he mixes the Play-Dohs together. And so there was like a little bit of that mixed into one side of it. And Justin told him it had a rainbow butt. He's mad about that at first, but then he like attached onto it, so he's been calling it the gravy Play-Doh that's white with a rainbow butt. Well, today he was mid Play-Doh play and realized that he didn't have the gravy Play-Doh, so he got down and started looking for it in the cabinet, and like after a few minutes of crouching there staring into like where the Play-Doh is, his whole body language changed, and he's like, "Where's the gravy Play-Doh that's white with the rainbow butt?" And so I got down and was like, "Baby, it's gone. It got dried out." And he lost it. Like, he was doing a slow walk around the whole downstairs, just sobbing, "Not the gravy Play-Doh that's white with the rainbow butt. Bring it back. It's not dried out." And he's like sobbing. So that was that. I ended up finding him like a bunch of little bitty Play-Dohs, and he got excited about those, and that distracted him until dinner was ready. Toddlers, man, what are you gonna do? But I have not really done any additional reading today. I'm gonna open my book and read a few pages just so that I don't break my read every day streak. But it's already 9:30, and since I have to get up earlier than usual, I don't want to stay up too late, so I'm gonna do that right now. Because it literally just occurred to me that if I don't read a couple of pages, I'm gonna mess up that streak. I don't want that, so yeah. It's 8 p.m. so that tells you what kind of day it was. Hi, hello. It's Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I have to go into the office. Yeah, so I'm literally just sitting down for the first time. I've almost closed the rings on my Apple Watch though, because I only took the stairs. My floor, like my department, is on the 3rd floor, so I only took the stairs up and down. And the bathroom is on the literal other side of the building, so I had to go to the bathroom like 45 times today because I drink a lot of water. And yeah, so I got my steps in today. And I found a spot where, oh boy, there's a lot of just unnecessary chatter, and so I finally found somewhere that I could sit that was relatively quiet, and it was so much better, but also completely defeats the purpose of being in there. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. After I left the office, I went to the bookstore. Reason being is that they have these, which is like a book it style reading challenge. So it's the book and the cover, the book and cover. I don't know why I put an extra "the" in there every time. It's the book and cover summer reading, and if you complete 5 of the challenges before Labor Day, then you get a free slice of pizza from a local pizza place. So that's very exciting. So I picked that up, and then I got this essay collection, which one of the prompts I rolled for, or I got from my TBR, has to do with light pink. So I might sub in this book because I'm really excited to read this. So yeah, that is what I got today. I went in looking for Darius the Great Is Not Okay, because I want to own a copy of that, but they didn't have it. So I saw this essay collection on the shelf, and I've been wanting to read this, so I got that instead. And then tomorrow's my dad's birthday, which I meant to have Grayson make him a card, and today was just chaos once we got home, so that didn't happen. And then oh, that was to say that we had birthday cake, and Grayson was like a live wire after that. And he's in his bed now, not asleep. Lately he's been staying up like super late for him, so he used to go to bed at like 7 o'clock, and now he doesn't sometimes fall asleep until 9, which is like, no. So, he's in his bed playing, and I am in my bed. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos that I have queued up in my watch later list. So I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna start editing a little bit just because I like to start the vlog editing before the end of it so that I kind of have an idea of what my footage looks like. So yeah, because tomorrow is the end of Whateverathon. It's the 30th of June, so we're wrapping this up. I'm not going to get any more bingos, spoiler alert, because I'm still on page 8 of this book. And I think I'm only halfway through Howl's Moving Castle, which is a delight, by the way. I don't know what I thought that book was about, but this is totally different than what I thought it was, and I'm really enjoying it. So, not that I didn't think I would, but it's just a lot of fun. So, that's been a really good audiobook to listen to. Well, this is a very anticlimactic end to this vlog. It's not technically the end because I still need to finish editing so that I can like wrap up exactly how many prompts and bingos I completed. But it is 4:45 and I think this is the first time I'm talking to you today, so it's just we've been interviewing for candidates for my team and it has been non-stop in addition to all of the other things that go on. So needless to say, the last kind of week and a half have been a lot. So I've done very little reading this week. I in fact still am on page 8 of Darius the Great Deserves Better. So I'll finish editing all of that tonight while I'm laying in bed with my heating pad because Aunt Flo has decided that she is angry. I don't blame her. And yeah, so once I have tallied all of that, I will probably tomorrow morning come back and like give the final, this is how many books, this is how many bingos, all of that. So yes, I am propped up here with my heating pad and my blanket and all of my things. The Whateverathon readathon has officially ended. So, I think I said before, I will come back to you tomorrow and wrap up how I did, like the whole shebang. But I couldn't resist dropping in with this story of how this day sort of ended. So after I talked to you, I turned around and went downstairs. Well, before I went downstairs, I came in here to talk to my husband as he was getting out of the shower. And so we were just chatting, and he was gonna go get the baby because my back is killing me. And so we both went downstairs so that I could get him the key and all of that nonsense. And during one of the interviews, when I was like trying to shoo the cat away, I was like, ugh, you're so stinky, get out of my room. And like it should have teed me off then. And then at one point, like when I was walking to go talk to my husband in the shower and I passed the stairs, I was like, God, what is that smell? Didn't even think about it. Well, at that moment it sort of was like, but like, so we go downstairs, we get our stuff, we go around the corner in the kitchen, and we start to head to the garage, and there is cat shit everywhere. So it's been like I want to say 2 years. I don't feel like he has done, he's pooped on himself and then smeared it all over the kitchen since Grayson's been here. But I could be wrong. It's been at least a year though. So I ended up having to call my parents and be like, one of you is going to have to bring this child here because Justin has to take the cat upstairs and shower it. And I have to clean cat crap off the floor. So that all went down. While Justin was washing Einstein jumped clear from the floor over the top of the shower, which is like easily 6 or 7 feet. Cat's got range. And like claws and wet fur everywhere. The whole bathroom was soaked. I mean, the walls were soaked, the carpets were soaked, everything in there was soaked. Which I found out later because I was downstairs cleaning up the floors, only to hear a scratching sound or like a meowing sound, and I was like, what in the world? I was like, man, Einstein's really carrying on up there. So then like I come upstairs, see all that, help him clean all that up. Einstein goes downstairs all like sad cat faces, and I go back downstairs, and then all of a sudden I still hear the meowing, and then it's accompanied by like a scratching sound, and I look over and Einstein's just sitting right there, and I was like, what in the world? And so I go and I follow the sound. Simon was trapped in the cat food closet since like 10 a.m. this morning, and this was at like 5:30 when I opened the door, and he was like, well, he didn't starve because he tore open a plastic box, like a Sam's Club Costco size box of cat treats, and went to town on them. So, but he was in that closet for like 7 hours. So it was some kind of day for our cats. We got it all situated. Parents brought Grayson here. All's good. But yeah. And I feel like I should go get Simon and let him come up here. But also, I'm not moving from this bed unless I have to. I have my heating pad and everything. No. Anyways, all of that chaos needed to be recorded on video. So there you go. I hope it gave you a good laugh, because I'm laughing now, but I wasn't laughing at the time. Well, I laughed at Simon, but yeah. Alright, well, that's it for me. I'm gonna edit now, and then I will pop in right now to tell you how I did in the readathon overall. So I'm here to wrap up Whateverathon. It was a wildly successful month. Look at my bookstore swag. It was a wildly successful month. I am thrilled. I have the books right here. Yeah, that's right. Trying not to shake the camera when I set them down. I read 18 books in the month of June, and I read a total across books and audiobooks of 3,751 pages. So that's pretty exciting just on its own, because I don't think I've ever read 18 books in a single month. That's insane. Granted, those were including graphic novels and Animorphs books, so definitely some shorter reads in there, but still a lot. As far as the bingo boards go, I finished 2 full bingo boards. So the first original bingo board, I finished the second reshuffled bingo board, and then I started the third bingo board. Across all 3 of those, I ended up with 53 prompts that counted towards 24 bingos. There were more prompts that I submitted for the actual spreadsheet, because obviously some books didn't or counted for multiple prompts that were already taken, or were the last book for one prompt, and then obviously the non-reading prompts I counted multiple times. So that's pretty exciting. I am thoroughly impressed with myself, and I also feel like July is probably going to be a really slow reading month because my brain's like, no, we're done. That was just a lot of books. So all of that to say, I had a great Whateverathon. I really enjoyed myself. Out of this month, one of my favorite books that I read this month was Darius the Great Is Not Okay. This is, out of all of these, probably the one that I would recommend the most, especially if you like queer contemporary. It's not actually dealt with in the, like, his queer identity is not actually dealt with in the book. It's sort of alluded at, but I'm reading the sequel and he's definitely queer, so queer contemporary here. And then the graphic novel series, Lightfall, these two, and I am assuming there will be more of them, are something that I'm really excited that I discovered, that I really don't think I would have discovered without this readathon and some of the prompts. So that is always an exciting thing when a readathon or a prompt brings you to a book that you may not have ever discovered otherwise, and this is definitely one of those, and I'm so grateful because I absolutely love these and will be getting my own copies and carrying on with the series. So yeah, that's really exciting. But with all of that said, I am wrapping up this vlog. I will not be doing like weekly, monthly vlogs in July. I potentially will do a mid-month book bash vlog depending on the weekend that it falls on. So if we are not doing anything that weekend, because I know that we're going to be traveling a little bit in July, then I will do a vlog that weekend, but otherwise probably not. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there. I am doing a vlog that's more dictated by the books that I'm reading, but that is all dependent on how long it takes me to read those books. So definitely not one that you'll see anytime soon. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you have anything that you would like me to do video-wise, please leave it down in the comments below. I'm trying to get back into doing more sit-down videos because I know I haven't done a lot of those recently. I actually lost the footage for my March and April wrap-up, so I have to go back and figure that out. But yes, so if you have video ideas, leave them down below. Happy to hear what you guys want to see. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!